Magnesium, a small mineral, yet it participates in over 300 reactions within the human body. However, up to 80% of us are deficient in it. And what surprises me most is that even people who eat very healthily can still fall into the category of severe magnesium deficiency. What's even more alarming is that many people are taking magnesium the wrong way, causing harm to their bodies without even realizing it. Have you ever wondered whether the supplements you take every day are truly helping you or silently causing harm? Nowadays, everyone wants to live healthily and live long. We buy all kinds of supplements, vitamins, minerals, superfoods, hoping to make up for what time takes away. But I've met many patients, especially those in their 50s and 60s, who take countless pills, yet still struggle with insomnia, cramps, fatigue, and a growing sense of weakness. Not because they lack effort, but because they're taking care of their bodies the wrong way. Magnesium, seemingly simple, is actually the key that helps your heart beat steadily, your muscles stay flexible, and your mind remain calm. But when used incorrectly, it can become a double-edged sword, affecting your kidneys, your heart, and your overall rhythm of life. So how can you tell whether you're supplementing correctly or not? That's exactly what I'm about to share with you. In today's video, I, Dr. William, will reveal the little-known truths about magnesium. Who should take it? Who absolutely shouldn't? How much is enough? And the 5 critical mistakes that cause many people to unknowingly harm themselves. Because sometimes, just one small change in how you care for your body today can protect your heart, your sleep, and your longevity for many years to come. Earlier, I mentioned that magnesium is like a silent mineral, small yet powerful enough to shape your entire health. And now, imagine this. Your body is like a brightly lit city at night. The heart is the water pump, the brain is the control center, the muscles are the roads, and each cell is an apartment glowing with light. Magnesium is the electrical switch that keeps all those lights shining. When magnesium levels are sufficient, the city glows in full brilliance. But when magnesium runs low, your body slows down, subtly, yet unmistakably. Have you ever lain down to sleep only to have your calf suddenly cramp in pain? Or felt your eyelid twitch all day, making you restless and uneasy? Or endured long sleepless nights with your mind running like a film that never stops? That's not just aging. It could be your body crying out for magnesium. What's concerning is that you, or someone close to you, might be magnesium deficient without even knowing it. Because this deficiency doesn't strike suddenly, it creeps in quietly, drop by drop, draining your vitality little by little. And that's why I always say magnesium isn't just a mineral. It's the conductor of life's symphony. When it's abundant, you feel strong, calm, and full of energy. But when it's gone, you feel drained, anxious, and out of rhythm with your own life. In the previous section, I compared magnesium to a conductor, the one who keeps your body's orchestra playing in perfect harmony. But sadly, there are groups of people who often live in a state where the orchestra has no conductor, and they don't even realize it. You might wonder, could I be one of them? Let me share the groups I most often see in my clinic. First are those who live under constant stress. Have you noticed that whenever you're under pressure, your heart beats faster and your breathing becomes shallow? That's your body activating the fight-or-flight mode. And to sustain that state, it drains a large amount of magnesium. Stress hormones also cause your kidneys to excrete more magnesium through urine, which is why the more stressed you are, the more likely you are to suffer from insomnia, cramps, and the harder it becomes to escape that vicious cycle. The second group is older adults. After age 50, the body's ability to absorb nutrients decreases significantly. It's not that you eat less, it's that your body absorbs less. Stomach acid production declines, intestinal function weakens, and magnesium-rich foods like vegetables, nuts, and whole grains become harder to digest. As a result, even with a seemingly balanced diet, your body can still be deficient. Then there are those who take long-term medications or live with diabetes. Certain drugs, such as diuretics or antacids, can unintentionally flush magnesium out of the body. People with diabetes also lose magnesium through urine when blood sugar levels are high. Many of my patients fall into this category without realizing it. On top of that, alcohol, coffee, and heavy sweating from work or exercise quietly deplete magnesium, the silent fuel that keeps your body running. And finally, even today's foods contain less magnesium than before because the soil they grow in has been depleted of minerals. This means that even if you eat what seems like a healthy diet, your body may still not be getting the same amount of magnesium your parents or grandparents once did. As you can see, these groups aren't distant or rare. They could be your co-workers, your family members, or even you. So, among these groups, which one feels most like you? And remember this, magnesium deficiency doesn't knock loudly at your door. It quietly takes away pieces of your health until one day you realize you've grown weaker without knowing when it began. The good news is our bodies have an incredible ability to recover, as long as you give them exactly what they need. If the previous section made you realize that you, or someone you love, might be deficient in magnesium, then here's the good news. When your body is recharged with magnesium the right way, the change is remarkable, almost something you can feel day by day. It's like plugging your body back into its power source. Your heart beats more steadily, your breathing becomes lighter, and those annoying muscle cramps quietly disappear. I still remember the story of Susan, 58 years old. She suffered from chronic insomnia, tossing and turning every night until 3 a.m. That constant exhaustion carried into her days, making her irritable and short-tempered with her family. I still recall her weary face during our first consultation, dull eyes clouded by too many sleepless nights. But just a few weeks after being prescribed the proper dose of magnesium, she returned to my clinic with eyes that were noticeably brighter. She said, "Doctor, I slept straight through from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m., and when I woke up, I felt like a completely different person." What Susan experienced wasn't a miracle. It was the body's natural response once its true needs were finally met. Science has shown that magnesium doesn't just relax the muscles. It calms the nervous system and supports the brain in producing neurotransmitters that promote sleep and reduce anxiety. It also helps blood vessels relax, gently lowering blood pressure and protecting the heart. For people with diabetes, magnesium improves blood sugar control, helping to prevent dangerous long-term complications. If you too could sleep soundly for 7 straight hours, how different do you think your life would feel? In other words, magnesium is a silent companion. It doesn't make a lot of noise like prescription drugs, but when it's present in the right amount, you feel the difference. Deeper sleep, looser muscles, and a calmer mind. And perhaps the most important thing is this: magnesium helps you reclaim the rhythm of life you once lost. You don't just feel stronger, you feel lighter, calmer, and more alive, turning life after 50 into a journey worth living, not merely enduring. You see, in medicine, nothing comes with benefits alone. Everything has another side. Magnesium is no exception. When used correctly, it's a wonderful natural remedy. But when used incorrectly, it can become a real danger, and unfortunately, I've witnessed many such cases. Let me tell you the story of Margaret, 72 years old. She suffered from chronic constipation. After hearing from friends that magnesium could help with digestion, she decided to buy it herself, without consulting a doctor. But Margaret also had mild kidney disease, something she didn't think was serious. After just 5 days of taking magnesium, she began to feel nauseous, extremely fatigued, and thought she was coming down with the flu. Her daughter took her to the hospital, where tests revealed dangerously high magnesium levels in her blood. Margaret had to be hospitalized to flush the excess magnesium from her system. If it hadn't been caught in time, the result could have been cardiac arrest. This is exactly why people with kidney disease should never take magnesium supplements without medical supervision. When the kidneys can't properly eliminate it, magnesium builds up in the body, leading to a condition known as magnesium toxicity. Another case is Robert, 69 years old. He naturally had low blood pressure, around 95/65. Hearing that magnesium could relieve muscle cramps, he started taking it on his own. 3 days later, he stood up from his chair and suddenly felt dizzy, nearly collapsing in his kitchen. When his blood pressure was checked, it had dropped to 85/55, a level that can cause fainting and falls. For older adults, a single fall can mean a broken hip and a cascade of complications that follow. And here's something few people know. Magnesium can dangerously interact with several medications. With antibiotics, it binds to the drug, preventing absorption. With muscle relaxants, it can lower blood pressure to dangerous levels. And with heart medications like digoxin, it can make their effects fluctuate unpredictably, sometimes too strong, sometimes too weak. As you can see, the risks of using magnesium incorrectly are far from minor. They can include toxicity, dangerously low blood pressure, irregular heartbeat, or even interference with vital medications you rely on. And perhaps the most alarming part is this: these mistakes are completely preventable if only we understand magnesium properly and treat our bodies with the caution they deserve. After hearing about the risks, you might be wondering, so if I truly need magnesium, how can I take it safely? That's a very important question, and fortunately, there are safe and effective options for almost everyone. The first thing you need to know is this: not all forms of magnesium are the same. Many people just grab any bottle off the pharmacy shelf, but in reality, each type of magnesium has different effects and absorption rates. For example, magnesium glycinate and magnesium malate are the two forms I most often recommend. They're well absorbed, gentle on the stomach, and rarely cause side effects. My patients who take these forms often report better sleep, reduced anxiety, and fewer digestive issues. The secret lies in the fact that both forms are bound to amino acids, which helps magnesium pass easily through the intestinal wall and reach the cells, where it actually does its job. On the other hand, A very common but less effective form is magnesium oxide. This one is poorly absorbed. Your body retains only a small portion, while most of it acts as a laxative. It can be useful if your goal is to relieve constipation, but it's not ideal if you want to support overall health and nutrition. Now let's answer the next question. How much is enough? For healthy adults, a safe supplemental dose usually ranges from 100 to 200 milligrams per day. This amount can improve well-being without much risk. If you suspect a severe deficiency, a higher dose may be necessary. But you should never exceed 350 milligrams per day from supplements unless directed by your doctor. Remember, magnesium is naturally abundant in foods like leafy greens, nuts, and whole grains, still the best and safest sources for your body. Important note, the information in this video is for educational purposes only and does not replace personal medical advice. If you have kidney disease, low blood pressure, heart rhythm disorders, or are taking medications, always consult your doctor before supplementing with magnesium. One simple rule I often tell my patients: start low and listen to your body. Take magnesium with meals, splitting it into morning and evening doses. This helps absorption and reduces stomach discomfort. Think of magnesium supplementation not as a quick fix, but as a slow and steady nourishment process. Your body doesn't need a large amount all at once. It needs consistency. Like a gentle, steady stream, magnesium works best when it flows regularly, nourishing your cells day after day. I believe that even the smallest supplement should be taken with understanding and awareness. And when it comes to magnesium, I want you to remember these 5 simple rules, your life principles for staying safe and healthy every day. First, don't chase high doses. Many people think that the more they take, the better it works. But with magnesium, too much can cause diarrhea, low blood pressure, and irregular heartbeat. Remember, less but consistent is the real key to lasting health. Second, pay attention to balance. Magnesium and calcium are like 2 sides of the same coin. If you take calcium alone and forget magnesium, calcium can deposit in the wrong places, leading to kidney stones or hardened arteries. A healthy ratio is usually 2 parts calcium to 1 part magnesium. Third, don't rely solely on blood tests. Magnesium in the blood represents only about 1% of your total body magnesium. That means your lab results might look normal, but your muscles, bones, and nerves could still be deficient. Listen to your body. Cramps, insomnia, and anxiety are often its way of sending an SOS signal. Do you tend to pay more attention to lab numbers or to what your body is trying to tell you? Fourth, watch your daily habits. Coffee, alcohol, and stress all quietly drain your magnesium. If you drink coffee every morning or enjoy alcohol regularly, it's even more important to replenish magnesium through food or small, steady doses from supplements. And finally, take magnesium the right way. Never take it on an empty stomach. Take it with meals, split into morning and evening doses. This improves absorption and keeps your stomach comfortable. These 5 small rules can serve as your safety map if you're considering magnesium supplementation. When applied correctly, magnesium becomes your quiet ally, not a hidden risk, helping you stay balanced, calm, and strong every single day. You see, magnesium isn't a miracle cure, nor is it the single key to perfect health. But it is like the foundation brick in a house. Without it, the whole structure becomes fragile. I want you to remember this. Taking care of your health after 50 isn't about chasing the newest supplements. It's about listening to your body, understanding what it truly needs, and nourishing it every day. Magnesium is just one piece of the puzzle, but it might be the missing piece that helps you regain your balance, restful sleep, and a strong, steady heart. So, where will you begin your journey toward better health? With better sleep, with a healthier diet, or by supplementing magnesium the right way? Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever experienced signs of magnesium deficiency, like cramps, insomnia, or anxiety, in your own life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one of them because that's how we learn and grow together. If this video helped you understand magnesium better and avoid dangerous mistakes, please like, subscribe, and share it with your loved ones. Who knows? One small change today could protect their health and longevity tomorrow. Sometimes taking care of your health isn't about adding more. It's about understanding yourself better. Age can't stop you from living fully as long as you choose to live consciously. Thank you for watching until the end. And remember to keep your body fully charged every single day.